Greetings and salutations, everyone. This is Silent J with Surf Tectonics. In this video expedition, we will cover Star Trek Discovery, Season 3, Episode 3, and the questions I had after watching it. So at the beginning of the episode, Michael Burnham is explaining the burn that destroyed all the dilithium. So apparently 120 years ago, and this is 3188, the dilithium ran dry and then it exploded across the entire galaxy. But I recall in the first two episodes they said any ship at warp exploded. But then we see a display of a bunch of starships that looks like they might have malfunctioned because of the dilithium issue, and they're just sitting there. I suppose they look alright for the 31st century. A couple flying saucers. I guess the designs are alright, but so they're just sitting there and they explode. So do they explode at warp, or did every place with the lithium explode? And then the helmsman with the Borg implant, she asked Michael Burnham how many were lost, and Michael Burnham says millions. So if the dilithium exploded anywhere there was a reactor using dilithium, I would think that wouldn't be more around billions, maybe trillions, because there'd be planets powered by dilithium power sources, mining moons, mining planets, space stations powered by dilithium. So if the dilithium just exploded everywhere, then I would say it could be billions, if not trillions. Yeah, I'm confused about that one. So the second thing, the Enterprise J that was in the 26th century had a quantum slipstream drive, and the quantum slipstream drive, according to canon, uses benatime crystals. Also, the Prometheus and some other starships in the 24th century used quantum slip drive with benatime crystals, but only a handful could use the quantum slip drive because the process of refining the benatime crystals was difficult. But I would assume, well, obviously by the 26th century they perfected the benatime crystals because the Enterprise J uses them. So I also would assume by the 31st century and every ship would be using quantum slipstream with benatime crystals, but apparently not. I guess they still use dilithium. But anyway, so the year Michael Burnham was waiting for the Star Trek Discovery to arrive, she got a transmission, a 12-year-old transmission from an Admiral Tall from Earth about anyone coming to revitalize the Federation on Earth. So the Discovery and Burnham and Book use a spore drive and jump to Earth. So when the Discovery arrives, there's a planetary shield system network that activates, and they're treated as hostile, and it is the United Earth Defense Force that sends up intercepting ships to tell them to leave the system, and they're not welcome. And then there's an exchange back and forth. Saru says they're from the Federation. And the captain, the United Earth captain, says the Federation isn't here. And then they beam up an inspection team. I'm not sure if that inspection team was trying to clear them to go to Earth or just inspect they weren't a threat or determine if they were raiders. I'm not really sure what the inspections team's purpose was. But one of the inspectors is a 16-year-old girl that disables the United Earth transporter so they cannot leave the ship. And then they get attacked by a group of raiders that apparently United Earth has been a quasi-war with for 100 years. Their leader is Wen. So now there's a battle over United Earth with shields. And United Earth wants to destroy Booker's ship with Michael Burnham that came out of the shuttle bay because they don't want the raiders to get the dilithium. And United Earth fires, and I think the Discovery gets in the way. I'm not really sure who the United Earth defense platforms were firing at, but it hits the Discovery. Then Book and his ship were able to trick the Wind Raider somehow, I guess going to cloak. They beamed the Wind Raider guy who is has an alien helmet on, I guess, disguised as an alien. That's a little confusing. So they bring him on the Discovery with his alien helmet, but then it turns out Empress Giorgio kicks him, knocks off the helmet, and he's a human from Titan. So these raiders have been from Titan in this fight with Earth for 100 years, and apparently nobody from the United Earth knew they were human. And this Wen character says they sent a ship 80 years ago or something, and United Earth destroyed them. So what I'm wondering is, were they wearing alien costumes when they sent the ship? Why didn't they just say, hey, we're human, we need help, we're from Titan? I just don't get the disguising themselves as aliens. Why don't they just... And couldn't the United Earth scan the raider ships and tell they were humans? Unless these helmets disguise them. So I just don't understand. When the first ship got blown up, send another one and send a transmission and say, we're the Titan colony, help us. I didn't understand that at all. This is Titan colony, calling Earth Command. Please come in, we're sending a supply ship.
Titan colony, this is Earth Command. Go ahead and send a supply ship. But make sure you put on an alien disguise. There are raiders in the solar system.
Yes, Earth Command. We did that to our first ship and you destroyed it.
Sorry, Titan colony. We won't destroy you. Make sure you put on an alien helmet so raiders won't recognize you as Starfleet.
Understand, Earth Command. We are sending the second supply ship. The pilot will be wearing an alien disguise helmet. Do not fire. We have the transponder and the codes, and you can scan for our human biosign.
This is Earth Command. Tighten your go. Send a supply ship at full impulse. And send a transponder. You stupid slackers.
I guess I should backtrack. So, Michael Burnham gives Saru permission to become captain, and then there's a dialogue between them, and I don't know if Saru is asking why Michael Burnham allowed him to be captain, like he was expecting she would just be captain. I don't really know what was going on with that. Yeah, now let's get back to the United Earth thing. So the 16-year-old inspection girl, it turns out... Yeah, Izzy, it's confusing, dude, isn't it? It turns out she was Admiral Toll that sent the transmission 12 years ago, but she's a human with a Trill symbiont inside. Yeah, the whole United Earth Titan conflict for 100 years, them acting like aliens, was confusing. The battle was confusing. The dilithium is confusing. Yeah. I'll just leave it as it was a good episode. I was so confused. I'm confused about what I'm trying to explain. I'm confused about.